Hey guys, Anna Alchemist of the Arts here. Welcome to my channel, whether you are new or whether you are returning. It is wonderful to have you here today. This is a reading centered around the full moon in October 22, so that's the full moon in Aries. I thought I would do a reading just to see what's changing for you around these energies, around this time. So we have 3 piles to choose from today. Please remember this is a collective reading, so you might be drawn to and have messages in more than one pile. There might be one pile in particular that is really calling out to you, but I would always suggest take as long as you need. Tune into the piles, tune into your intuition, see which one is calling to you. We have crystals as well, so I'll explain those, but as a reminder, personal readings are available if you would prefer one of those. Pile number 1 comes with this beautiful piece of amethyst. Pile number 2 comes with this beautiful piece of flashlight labradorite, and I'm trying to get the flash on it for you, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Why can I never do this on camera? It is beautiful. And pile number 3 is this gorgeous rutilated quartz. It has the most incredible golden inclusions. It's like angel's hair is what they refer to it as. So take as long as you need. Do pause the videos, tune into and ask for the messages that you need to hear. I will pause between each of the piles, and all of the links will be in the description box below to go straight to your readings. I will see you there. Hi there, pile 1. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading today. You were called to the amethyst, which always reminds me of psychic protection and just really tuning into our intuition. So let's see what comes through for you. This is the messages you need to hear and what's going on around this full moon. I have 3 cards that I'm going to save for the end, which we're going to use as guidance. And these ones I will use to start your reading. We have Lou, Skill. We have Mary, Miracles. We have Hold Your Vision, Fixed Moon. So I'm just going to move these up. And A New Romantic Cycle Begins. Okay, this is really, really interesting. For some of you, you could have been on a real journey with a situation. You could have been on a real journey with a situation, or particular a certain person. This doesn't have to be love. I know we've got A New Romantic Cycle Begins, but that'll be different for everybody. For some of you, the overall energy I'm feeling is that you might have been through a really challenging situation with somebody. You've had to really face a lot of difficulty, a lot of shadow is what I'm hearing. You've had to overcome a lot of your own personal limitations or feelings or fears or a sense of doubt, even places where you may doubt yourself, not feel that you're good enough, worthy enough. And this could definitely be connected to another person or just to a situation. It really feels like through this time, with Lu being present, for those of you that don't know, Lu is a Celtic god, and he is known as Lu with many skills, basically. It was literally nothing he couldn't turn his hands to, practically. It feels like whatever you've been through, and this could just be the overall feeling through the sense of your life for some of you. It's a feeling like things have been hard, things have been challenging, and you have learnt a lot of skills. You have been adaptable, you've been flexible. But there's a sense of feeling it's like this is just never going to work out. When is this ever going to work out? But we've got Hold Your Vision and Mary Miracles. So what I feel like is you're on the precipice of great change. You're on the precipice of a really huge shift. Things are truly moving in a new direction, and that feels really, really positive. It feels really expansive, and it feels like surprise because we've got the reference to miracles here. It's like if you've been, for some of you, it's like if you've been waiting on news, maybe like a loan agreement or you know, some kind of windfall of money of some kind. Something happens, but it's better than you expected, and there has been this time of doubt and insecurity, but when this happens, it's even better than expected. And I just get this sense of peace and calm. For some of you, this is to do with a relationship. This could be to do with a relationship, and things could have been really difficult. And I'm getting with this, you know, this fixed moon, it's like neither here nor there. It's almost a sense of, do I stay? Do I continue with this? Do I invest the energy into this, or do I walk away? Hold your vision. Now, this could be the vision of the relationship as you want it. It could be the vision of your life as you want it. And really tuning in to what it is that you want from your life, from your experience, and deciding you're not going to settle for less than that. And especially if you're dealing with, you know, with the dating situation, a new romantic cycle begins, you know, holding a vision about what you want, it means, yes, you can be fussy. And I know dating can feel very, very overwhelming sometimes. Ignore this message if it isn't for you, but it's like, you don't have to settle. There's not a race here. You're not running out of time. Somebody needs to hear that. But also, with this new romantic cycle begins, this could be a new romantic cycle within your current relationship, within a relationship that you have been in for some time. And I will extend that to just not even just a romantic relationship, just somebody that you love, And if you've been through a really challenging time with them, things are going to change. Let's get some tarot. Where am I being called to? Let's get some dragons. This isn't a deck I read in reverse, but if they fly out in the reverse, then I take that as a sign it's meant to be. Yeah, we've got the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Four of Wands. You could definitely have been holding on to a situation from the past. You could have been holding on to something for the sake of holding on to it. Now, this could be belief systems, this could be ideas, feelings about yourself, things that you've been holding on to. And I'm really drawn always on this Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of marriage, of celebration, of good times, but in this one, they all look like they're shouting at each other. Somebody really could have had some, or you may have had some difficulties within a close personal relationship, excuse me, within a marriage. There could have been blocked communication. It could have felt really, really hard to express how you've been feeling, so you've just been holding on to it. But what I'm getting here, this full moon is really causing you to look at what is going on in your life and deciding, yes, I can weather these storms and I do have the skills in order to do so. But what is it that I actually want? How do I actually want to feel? Am I just holding on to these feelings, to resentment that needs to be released now? Because the full moon is often about release, about renewing ourselves through the cathartic release of old emotions, old experiences, and taking the time to go back and just, you know, look at what has happened and go, no, I'm ready to release this now. You really could be called to be doing that with this Ten of Swords to end this difficult cycle, because then we've got the Ace of Swords and they've come out next to each other. So it's almost like as soon as you decide to release what it is that you've been holding on to, and for some of you, this could literally just be expressing your grievance, expressing what has upset you or what you've been holding on to, and whether that's or not that's with somebody else, whether it's through a journaling practice, whether it's through, you know, like a fire release where you write down all of these experiences, or you write a letter to a person that you then burn. You know, you don't have to send it to them, but you just get it all off your chest and you stop holding on to it inside. It's like you're going to see things with new clarity. There's a sense of renewed clarity here. And things change. And I think that's the really important message coming through for you right now. There is this potential for change, and it is going to be positive. What is this positive change coming through, please, for pile one? The Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, this is really interesting. If you've been at odds with somebody, You know, the Five of Pentacles can be about being feeling left out, about feeling isolated. This moves on from the Four of Pentacles while we're holding on. It's almost like the fear of retribution, of what may happen if you verbalize or express something. You're worried you might lose it completely. And that's really interesting. But if what it is you're holding on to is making you unhappy, causing you pain, it really feels like being able to be open and to express what is going on within you. And it feels like there are two sides to this, either two sides to your nature or not. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but the way in which you see and feel this situation. Like there's two experiences within you that want to emerge. Either, and one is the King of Pentacles. It's like, I'm here, I'm grounded, I'm in this. This is stable, and I'm staying stable within this, regardless of how it might make you feel. And another is this Queen of Wands energy, which is truly expansive, wanting to fly, wanting to flourish, wanting to go out and explore new adventures, new horizons. So there is a really interesting dual energy here. I can only take what messages resonate for you. This could also represent the two different energies within this energy dynamic. Somebody that is far more practical, grounded, looking at stability, long-term financial security, which means they may not be wanting to take risks, try new things. You know, I would say that was more the shadow aspect of the King of Pentacles, if there needed to be one, would be a sense of being very much where they are and recognizing what is stable and choosing that, as opposed to the Queen of Wands, who might be more inspired and fiery and passionate and wanting to go and explore new passions, new horizons even. And the Two of Pentacles, it's about bringing this into balance, very much about taking everybody's opinions into consideration. And we can listen. The key to this is being able to communicate. Being able to communicate first with ourselves, how we feel. Recognizing what feels right and what feels true for us. Our needs, wants and desires within this dynamic and within our life as a whole. And then trying to meet this person, this other person where they are. And have that open dialogue. Have that conversation where you express to one another what it is that you want. And then finally realizing, you know, whether or not you can do this together. That's the give and take. That's where this comes back into balance with the Two of Pentacles. And it isn't always, you know, we don't have to give up ourselves completely or what it is that we want from life, or even a relationship. But there is always a way around something, but it feels like there is a fear here. There is a fear here of communicating that has been holding you back, potentially, or could be the other person's energy. If you are, you know, your inquiry involves somebody else that you are romantically connected to or just very, very close to. But it does feel like you really need to hold on to your truth, the truth of your vision and what you want from life, and know that this can change. Miracles can definitely happen, but you can't live at the expense of what your heart is calling to you. Get some runes over the top. Okay. Yeah, we've got Earth in the reverse, which is typically symbolic of relationships. It's the symbiosis of horse and rider, how things flow with ease between two people, fluidity. They just know each other. They know each other's energy. And it feels like things could have become blocked. So there could have definitely been this feeling of, not one might be separation for some of you, but miscommunication. And what is needed now, right where you are, you know, but without making, we've got through the assassin in the reverse. So there isn't a need to make big decisions at this time unless you want to. But you really do need to be true with yourself, because about where you might be holding your energy back, where you might be holding yourself back. We've got Pethro pointing downwards. Pethro is referred to as the lock cut, but it's also the sacred void. It is also the womb space, deeply connected to feminine energy, to magic, to creation. The fact that this is pointing downwards always speaks to me of feeling drained and what drains your energy. This has come out over this Queen of Wands. So you could be feeling passionate, you could be feeling inspired, and then, you know, like somebody comes and just sucks the energy, the air out of the room, and you just deflate. Or it's just the situation. This could be work, whatever situation you are in. Really be truthful with yourself about anything that might be holding back your growth. You could have an opportunity to have some really good and deep reflections over this full moon that give you the opportunity to see this truth, to really communicate it with yourself. But we've got Tivaz here, which is about rebalancing. It's about justice. It's about honesty and integrity. This is related to the god Tyr. Tyr was connected to agreements and, you know, legal agreements even. So you and another person with Gibu, with Manaz, can definitely be having these kind of really deep and open conversations, if that feels right for you. But at least seeing and feeling the truth about the situation for you, and perhaps getting some inspiration about how it can come into balance for you, how that might look, how that might feel. We've got Daggaz, Nathis, and Asala in reverse. And this is literally saying to me, in order to move forwards, in order to begin a new cycle where things, where we have a reignition of passion, of excitement, of love, because a new romantic cycle begins here. This literally could mirror each other there. In order for that to happen, you need to let go of the past. So whether that's with this person, whether that's with a new person, really letting go of the weight of past experiences, really letting go of what has happened in the past, whether you are staying in a relationship and having a new and deeper beginning within a relationship, letting go of the past, letting go of the things that didn't work out. Obviously, this needs to be fair and reciprocal. We've got Gibu here. I'm just being advised to say, you know, very sensitive and intuitive people, empathic people, can often be very, very forgiving. And in certain energy dynamics, that can be taken advantage of. And somebody can take advantage of the fact that you will just forgive and forgive and forgive over and over again. However, remembering what makes you happy, and it's that feeling of happiness. It can be in the smallest things, in the smallest of experiences, but truly following what makes you feel happy. For some of you, it's a sense of, I'm really getting this sense of wanting to travel here and wanting to go to new places and experience new things. So really and truly connect with these passions, connect with this call of your heart, reassess how you feel, and be open with yourself about your vision, because there is the potential for great change here in a really positive way, and for things to come back into balance. We'll get your advice cards for moving forwards. Winter, take care of your needs. Druid, hold the space. Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. I literally think I said ignite your passions with these two. And with the Queen of Wands, there is definitely some kind of energetic shift within you, whether that's either happened already and it's caused discord because you want to move in a new direction, or whether this is a process that will occur over the next few months towards winter. It's really important that you listen to this call within your soul, to what it is that you are feeling, experiencing, and what it is that you want to do. These calls, when they arise within us, can be very difficult to ignore. Now, this is the rune of need fire, and it could literally be that feeling of desire, of irritation, of passion, of something that arises within us that causes us to want to take action. The simplest way of expressing the energy this rune holds is hunger. What is it that you are hungry for? Because when you are hungry, it is your instinct to go in the pursuit of it. And as humans, we are very good of ignoring these needs, ignoring these calls of our soul. But you're really being called to listen to it now. The next few months, you could definitely be experiencing a process of change, of deep personal transformation within this situation, For some of you, this is clearing away the baggage of an old relationship so something new can begin, which is really and truly beautiful. And with Druid, hold the space. With these two, I'm really getting a strong sense of you honouring yourself, honouring your feelings, honouring your emotions, and the ways in which you want to move forwards. I've just noticed the Ogham on his stick here, which I've never noticed before, which is very, very much linked to this Celtic mythology and with Lugh as well. It's very much of a similar time, so exploring some of those mythos, if they feel resonant to you, for some of you might be an option. But I'm getting a connection to deep family roots here, and maybe looking at familial patterns where people may have not pursued their dreams, or patterns within relationships, you know, holding the space for yourself and allowing yourself to process what's going on. And I know this work can be really heavy, but it's really and truly powerful. And, you know, there is a lot of change and a lot of positive new beginnings that I'm sensing for you here, Pole 1. It feels really, really beautiful. So we just have to go through these processes and really be honest with ourselves and follow those passions as they come up. So thank you for being here, Pole 1. I'll leave this here now. It's been a pleasure to read for you. As a reminder, all of my information is in the description box below, including links for booking readings or joining my Patreon. Whatever feels right for you. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, I'd be very grateful. But sending you all my love, and I will see you again in another reading. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi there, Pole 2. If you're drawn to this pile and this is your reading, you were called to my beautiful and favourite piece of labradorite today. No, still can't catch the flash on that. But let's get into this. I have 3 cards at the bottom, which are going to be your guidance cards for the end of the reading. And we will go ahead and use your oracle cards. As a reminder, this is a collective reading, so please only take the messages that resonate, and all of my information is below if you would like a personal reading, and all the other things that I do as well. Okay, Thor, action. Gaia, earth. Bring love into the situation. What do you need to release? Okay, just tuning into these energies for you. Okay, I'm really getting a strong sense of masculine energy. Now, this full moon is in Aries. Aries can be, I mean, he's known as the god of war, but it also brings to life our intensity, our passion, and very much a moving forward action kind of energy. With Thor action here, you could be feeling very, very, very inspired to take some kind of action. And I'm actually getting the word impulse, like you could be quite impulsive. For some of you, please don't be triggered, even like reactive. And with Gaia Earth here, I'm really getting the strong message to be grounded. Now, interestingly, Thor, for those of you who don't know, is the god of Midgard. He is the god that presides and looks after Midgard and mankind, and is thus referred to as the protector of mankind, which is interesting because not many of the Nordic gods do have an association such as this. They often have things connected to nature, but when it comes to people, Thor is the god. So it feels very much like you are being called to ground some energy, to really come to a sense of peace and to bring love into a situation before you take action. You know, when we bring love into a situation, I know for some people that's like, but what, this person's done this, they've said this, and I want to, you know, we can bring self-love into the situation and go, do you know what, this does not need me to completely lose myself and my sensibility in order to react to it. But the fact that we've got the waning moon here, I'm guessing, because I can't tell you what to do and I wouldn't tell you what to do, and at the end of the day, you do you. This is your journey, this is your path. But what I'm getting here is you could be called to look at a situation in a different way and potentially find a different way to move forwards. Looking at what you can release, whether it's, so sorry, my throat keeps going really funny this morning. what you need to release in terms of energy, in terms of patterning and past experiences. I'm getting a lot of messages about ancestral patterning at the moment, things that we are breaking chains of the past, of expectations of the way that we used to do things. For some of you, this could be a parent that's looking at you with expectation, and it's like releasing their expectation, especially if it's like you've pursued a certain path in life and now you're changing track completely. You know, if you've had a spiritual awakening of some kind or any such thing, and then the people outside of you suddenly don't seem to understand, and it could cause you to feel reactive. It can cause you to be like, well, fine, if you're going to be like that, then I don't want anything to do with you. But I feel like you're being called to take a step back, to zoom out a little bit, and to breathe, and to really try and bring some love into this situation. And that's the energy of love. That is releasing the energetic attachment to what is going on right now, and not needing to, literally not needing to react to it. Go to that zone, go to that space, allow yourself to be more in the energy of, okay, I'm going to work this out. Let's just focus on me. Let's focus on my inner emotional state and what I'm doing here. I'm just choosing which cards I'm being drawn to. Okay, interestingly, I'm being called to the Dreams of Gaia, which is a very, very intense deck. So let's see what messages are coming through for you. I am really getting the strong sense that some of you could have gone through a real awakening or change within yourself lately, whether that's in your material world, within deciding to pursue a different career path and people outside you don't understand, or whether this is more spiritual and from within. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we've got a lot of air energy here. We've got the King of Air on the... This is really, really interesting. We've got the King of Air in the reverse on the bottom of the deck, and it almost feels like this tendency to maybe get lost in our thoughts. So maybe it's like this feeling of ruminating over something, ruminating over situations, experiences. These could be past, this could be present. Sorry about that, guys, just had to deal with something quickly. There could definitely be this tendency to get lost in thoughts and not perhaps take action. So not perhaps explaining or expressing how we're feeling or what's been going on. You're being very much called here to focus on yourself, to focus on your thoughts. We've got this Four of Air in the reverse, which is very, very logical thinking. You know, it's planning things out, it's having things in order, and it's come out in the reverse. So it feels like there's a couple of different messages I've got coming through here. For some of you, this is about being able to express yourself and what's going on without just ruminating or thinking things over. But for others of you, there could be something that you're wanting to put into action, but you haven't quite planned it out or found a way of doing it yet. You're very much being called to yourself. For some of you, things need to be thought through. For some of you, there could be old thinking patterns that could be really powerful for you to release right now, to ground and to release some of these energies. With the Ten of Fire, we've got this sense of total energetic alignment. And this total energetic alignment is, there could be a really strong sense here of wanting to come into alignment with what it is that you've been thinking about. So for some of you, you could have been thinking about doing something for a very, very long time. For some of you, I'm really getting a message as well about reconnecting with somebody from the past or a past experience. Now, there could be a past experience that you need to let go of and to release completely, especially around the full moon, because full moons are very much about releasing old energies, the energy of the past lunar cycle. But it's like something doesn't feel right to you, or something feels misaligned. And this is just saying to really focus back on yourself. If something doesn't feel right, is it because there's an element of overthinking? Is there I think that's the message. Not being in the present moment, overthinking and wanting to know all of the answers and how it's all going to end before you've even started. And as with any journey, with any story, with a good book, if you knew how the story was going to end right at the beginning, where would be the suspense and the intrigue and wanting to go through the story to the end? You know, this is about finding the magic of the present moment, of allowing yourself to surrender and to ground into the present moment, to recognize that things might not work out. There might be friction. There could be conflict even. But sometimes it's those experiences that add to our depth, add to the depth of our journey, because they teach us. And for some of you, it's almost getting this sense of, because everything isn't in perfect alignment, or you're not, I'm trying to find the right words to phrase this. It's like doubt. The energy I'm experiencing, it's almost like doubt before you've even begun, because you can't see how everything connects. And sometimes you're having to have trust in the way things are moving forwards. And I really am getting some similar themes to the reading that I did the other day. But this full moon, if you were drawn to this pile, it feels very much like releasing anything that no longer feels aligned to yourself, to who you are, to your experience, and to what you want. And, you know, thinking, pausing, coming back to the present moment before you react or begin to dwell on past experiences, whether you want to initiate something new or whether there is a situation with somebody that you'd just like things to change. Before you act, take some time to ground yourself and really, really reconnect with your heart space, reconnect with your own loving energy, and release and surrender what has been, what has passed. It's not to say that, you know, especially if somebody's hurt you, that you can just ignore that and just switch it off. But you're being called to bring the focus back more onto yourself, onto the multiple expressions of who you are. You know, you are yourself, but you are your higher self. You have your own spirit team and spirit guides and ancestors around you to help support and guide you. For some of you, I'm really being called, the sense of grounding is bringing yourself back to the present moment and just saying, okay, I'm here now and I understand this situation. I understand what I might be able to change and what I can't. And I release and surrender what I can no longer change. And in that place saying, I'm open to the highest guidance and intuition that can come through, to the wisdom of my guides, God's guides, guardians, ancestors, my spiritual team, to come and assist and support me at this time with my highest potential path, with the highest possible of benevolent intentions. Bringing that through, that kind of an energy, you know, maybe that is just this full moon for you, is about really surrendering to what it is that you can't control and allowing these thought patterns to be released if you're an overthinker. And again, there's a secondary message here. If you feel like you have to have everything planned out to the finite detail, and that is the only way it's safe for you to take action, sometimes we can end up cutting ourselves off or cutting ourselves short because we don't have all of those answers. And sometimes those answers or the course corrections only come once we've established or made a step forwards. It's a really interesting experience, and it comes back to, I think one of the readings I did the other day, it was like you've got to walk in faith sometimes. You have to walk in faith and not in fear. So, you know, come back to you. Come back to what it is that you know about yourself, and to the present moment, ground, and decide what you're going to do from there. You don't have to have all of the answers to initiate something. Let's get some rings for you. Yeah, you definitely, this process of energetic release triggers changes which are going to enable you to move forwards, and it begins a new cycle. You are definitely being told here, we've got Petro in the upright position next to Aries, which is the rune of strength, stability, being grounded, seeing something through for the course. And we've got Manas over Gaia, Earth, with Ansuz. You are definitely being called at this time to restore your own energy, to refill your own cup. So what is it that you need? What makes you feel alive? What makes you feel better? You know, bringing love in the situation can mean stepping away from a difficult situation for a little while so that you can really focus on yourself and restoring yourself. You cannot give of yourself till you are absolutely empty in order to make somebody else happy or in order to make a relationship work. You have to, it is almost our responsibility and duty in, you know, the evolving relationships of the modern age to allow ourselves to be enriched, to be fulfilled for ourselves, by ourselves, so that we can offer, you know, our beautiful energy to others. But it does mean looking after ourselves first. We've got Isa, Manas, Ansuz, definitely grounding, meditation. Some people walking through the woods is a meditation. For some people, sitting down in, you know, a meditative pose is meditation. It could be art, doing what it is that makes you feel peace, that makes you feel calm, and going to that place. That feels really, really important. And the fact that we've got answers here, that's a second reference to you coming back to life and to you restoring your own energy. Answers is the rune of what animates the physical body, the hammer of Nordic tradition. This is what breathes life into us, but it is also that which connects us to the divinity in all things, the life force that connects all of us. There was this really strong reference here to earth energy. So maybe getting out in nature, allowing for that wisdom, for those messages to come through, and slowing down. You know, for some of you, Isa here is literally saying, slow down, slow down. You know, if you've been feeling like rushing and taking action, slow down. It's not to say you can't take action, but just really tune in and check with yourself first about why you're taking this action, and whether it's from a place of fear because I've not done enough, I'm not enough, I haven't done this, or I've got to try and fix this right now. Whereas taking that pause, taking that real deep, slow in-breath, allowing yourself to be renewed, and then deciding how you want to act. Two very different energies, two very different outcomes, both taking action. We've got Hagalaz and Ivaz here. This is really about energetic shifts. This feels like making big changes within your world by shifting your internal energy and being called to the polarization of energy and the opposites of energy here with Ivaz. You cannot control the entirety of a situation. You have to focus on yourself and the energy you're bringing to a situation, and then be witness to what is being reflected back to you. And then make decisions, then decide how you want to proceed. So that there is this real sense of allowing yourself to slow down, to be calm, to be peaceful, and then just seeing what flows from that space. But we've definitely got change and the beginning of a new cycle here. And it feels like a different way for you to manage difficult situations or difficult energies. Let's get your oracle cards. Snake, shed old skin. Spring, see your seeds go. Stargazer, set your sights higher. I love that. There's definitely more to this situation than meets the eye. And I think you sense that intuitively and perhaps overthink it because you haven't got all the answers yet. This is about a new cycle beginning. And as a snake, they have to enter into a completely physical form. They have to shed their old skin. In order to grow, they have to shed their old skin. So there are things that they have to let go. This can be outdated beliefs and ideas, thought patterns of behavior, you know, coping mechanisms that we have in order to minimize a situation or to resolve it quickly without conflict, because conflict is incredibly intimidating. This is literally saying, come back to this space and allow yourself to just find a sense of peace and calm as much as you possibly can. Spring, see your seeds grow. This is definitely those new beginnings. It's like something is awakening inside of you. It's another reference to this beautiful nature. For some of you, this could be a process that you go through the winter months up to spring. It doesn't have to be though. Spring can just be symbolic of new beginnings. And for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, you've just entered into spring. So this could definitely be your season to really renew and restore and to take new action. But there's definitely a higher perspective to be seen here. This whole process, this whole journey is about you finding your way in new ways. So do trust that. Do trust your experiences and what it is that you've been going through and why this is happening. Even if you don't have all the answers right now, trust that you are on the right path here. And if needs be, if it feels right and resonant, call, tune in, connect with these guides, your higher self, and ask for their wisdom. But do that from a peaceful space. You can do it from a place of, what is it I need? But we do have to ask. We do have to ask, because many of our spirit beings, they will not interfere unless we ask them. So pile 2, I'm going to leave this here for you. I hope this reading was interesting. I hope it assisted you. Wishing you a really happy full moon. All of my information is in the description box below, including links to book readings. But thank you for being here. It's really wonderful to have you here. Just sending you all my love, and I will see you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi there, pile 3. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. You were called to this beautiful piece of rutilated quartz today. This always speaks to me of attraction, of the power of our intention, and bringing in, calling in abundance and beautiful things into our life. So let's see what we're working with. I've got 3 cards here at the end, which I'm going to use as the guidance cards for moving forward. And let's go through, get your oracle cards. As a reminder, this is a collective reading. So if you'd like a personal reading, which will be more specific, the information is below. Beyond Beauty. I probably pronounced that horribly. Yastra, New Beginnings. Blue Moon, Believe in the Impossible. You Were Good Enough, Full Moon in Virgo. Oh, I absolutely love this energy, pile 3. You are on the precipice of something really and truly beautiful, and it is calling you to see the beauty and the power within yourself. This is telling you right now that you are good enough, and you are good enough right now. For some reason, for some of you, you might be doubting yourself, doubting your worth, doubting your value. And it is calling you to play small. You might have played small your entire life, and now you're feeling like this thing, it's there, it's waiting for you, it's happening. You're going to have it, you're going to do it. It is coming into your life. And you can have it, but for some reason, some of you might just be saying to yourself, I can't do this, I can't have this. I'm not worthy of this. I need to change all of these things before I can have this. With Bayama here, you are literally being told to recognize the beauty in yourself and in all things at all stages. If you are attracting an experience into your life, it's because you are worthy of it. It's because your guides in the universe are saying to you, you're ready, you're worthy of this, and you're worthy of it right now. So do not doubt yourself. But for some reason, there could be this feeling of not being worthy enough, of not being ready, or of not being enough in general. But you are, and they want to remind you of that. Don't hold yourself back. They want the unicorns. Don't hold yourself back. We've got the unicorn cards here. These are so cheeky. But I feel like you need that positive uplift. I'm going to take it. Page of Pentacles. It says, let me put a ring on it. Definitely, for some of you, you could be receiving a gift, a message. I'm so strongly getting. I'm going to put that up there. I'm so strongly getting that you are going to be receiving some kind of opportunity. There is some kind of opportunity, communication, experience of some kind coming into your world. And for some reason, you're doubting it. It's like you're doubting your worthiness, doubting why it's come into your life, or why you can have it, or if you can have it, or if you're good enough. And this is literally saying, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Especially if you've been manifesting something for a while. Like, yeah, you are worthy of this. You do deserve this. This pile we need to know, please. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. What else, please? Oh, that's interesting, because I don't shuffle this. I do not shuffle this deck in the reverse. I only shuffle it in the upright. Do I shuffle it? No, I do shuffle it in the reverse. I'm talking nonsense to you, pile 3. I'm sorry. But that's the only one that's come out in the reverse. And it's really interesting because it's the Hangman in the reverse. This is literally about seeing a new perspective. We have got the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles going into the Hangman and Justice. This is like a story for me. You could have been through situations in the past, situations which broke you, situations where you were deceived. Perhaps you deceived yourself that things were okay when they really weren't, or the treatment that you received was okay when it really wasn't. For some of you, this could very much be a professional situation where people treated you in a way that was unfair. They took advantage of you, is what I'm getting. Took advantage of your skills, or the situation really left you feeling bad here with 5 of Pentacles. This was not pleasant for you. It was difficult. And for a time, you may have really, really doubted yourself. With the Age of Pentacles, you have worked. You have worked yourself within a business, within your personal growth, in order so that you can see things differently now. You're not stuck. You're not trapped. And if you're still feeling stuck and trapped within, I feel like this is more emotionally within how you see yourself because of the other cards that we've got here. It's changing. This might not be instantaneous, but I feel like this is changing. And you are in this process of deep transformation. You have really worked hard here. In whatever way, in all ways, you have really worked hard. And I feel like you're going to see the justice from this situation. And it's not that people are getting, I'm not getting that people might be being brought to justice. Maybe for some of you that is the case. But your justice comes from you actually achieving and recognizing your worth and value regardless of what has happened. Like, you are worthy. And you don't have to wait around for other people to validate you from the outside. You don't have to wait for anyone else to say, you're ready, oh, you're good enough now, oh yes, we'll take this now. No, you are good enough, you are worthy enough. And this worthiness is your birthright. Let's get a couple more messages for you. 10 of Cups. Absolutely, you're worthy of your happy ending. You are worthy of your happy ending, of having every single cup filled, the Emperor, and you are going to claim it. You are going to claim it. And I feel like for many of you, you have just quietly sat there and just dutifully put your head down and committed to yourself, quietly working away at what it is that you've been doing, and you've just kept moving forwards. I've got the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, the 4 of Wands in the reverse, 6 of Wands, the Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands, 3 of Swords in the reverse. You're letting go of these past experiences. You're letting go of the times when other people may have got what it was that you wanted, whether that's love, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a marriage here. Perhaps you rushed into something that then didn't work out. Somebody sold you a promise, somebody sold you a dream that you really and truly trusted in them and believed, and then they broke your heart. You are letting this go now. It's like there is a shift here. The 6 of Wands, you are finally recognizing your power, your ability to move forwards. You're taking back your power with the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Wands here from this situation. And there's somebody who could have, ghosted you, just given you the silent treatment, could have iced you out. Somebody could have, like I said, sold you a dream and then absolutely broken your heart. I feel like you're getting, I don't want to say a second chance, because realistically we can have, 11th chances. There is no limit on the number of chances that you can have, and you might feel like you've had multiple shots at whatever this is for you already. But you're getting a new beginning here. a really, really beautiful new beginning. And this is something that's driven by you. It comes from a place of self-worth and self-belief for maybe the first time, but it also means letting go of the heartache and this vision of the past that perhaps didn't work out. You are going to be successful. You've got the Six of Wands and Justice here. And yes, it does mean that you have put in the work, and you may need to continue putting in the work. For some of you, this is a message like, don't stop now, don't give up now, keep going. Because you were very much in that action kind of taking mentality. So if this is about career and not love, whatever has happened in the past, it's like you were taking those battles that you have fought, and you are just fired up and ready because you know that you can do this. Whatever didn't work out in the past, chalking up to experience, putting a line under it and saying, nope, here I go, watch me. Because you've got your Ace of Wands here and you were just claiming it and running with it and not being governed by the past anymore. I really, really love that. The Moon in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. I don't feel like this is a really good opportunity over this full moon to release these past experiences. If this has been something that has been holding you back, if occasionally you doubt yourself and your worth, or an opportunity that's coming forwards because of the ways that happened in the past, maybe go through a process with yourself and say, no, do you know what? I recognize what happened. And maybe I was young. Maybe I was naive. Maybe I was overly trusting in people that didn't have my best interests at heart. But I know now. And I know that whatever happens, I'm strong, I'm capable, and I'm going to have my happy ending. It's coming. It's mine. That's your birthright. That's yours to claim. And nobody can take that from you. Let's get some runes for you. What have we got there? Yeah, I love this. We've got Wunyo come out right over the Ten of Pentacles. And for those of you that don't know, Wunyo is the rune of happiness, the rune of blessings, a fulfillment, positive manifestation. That's it. It's the good stuff in life. That is coming. Whether it's here right now or whether it is coming after this process, just know you are on the right path. You are on the right path. I see new connections here. New connections, whether this is within work, whether this is like meeting soul family, if this is just that you've been going through big shifts and maybe, your friendship circle's changed. Definitely connecting with people that are really, really aligned with you. People that meet your energy with matching energy, so it's reciprocal and it feels incredible. You're no longer, you're kind of, now it's your turn to freeze out the past. Now it's your turn to move on from it. You're not allowing it. Do not allow this to make you feel stuck anymore. We've got Isa here. Bjarkan, whatever the situation was, it helped you to grow. And yes, it can be painful, but recognition of, and I know this is hard, and I'm not saying that this is easy or should happen to anybody, but recognizing how the change of this situation, how this situation made you strong, is your victory. We've got Hagalaz, Urus, and Daggers here. Definitely recognizing your own strengths is going to help you move forwards. There could be, for some of you, there could be a sense of holding on, a bit of resistance to past experiences, into the pain, and this could be what is really beneficial to release right now. But just allow yourself to really believe in yourself. We've got Sevilla and Canaz. You're going to be inspired. You're going to be inspired to move in new directions. And I'm really getting, just tune into your higher self, your spiritual self, but also just those messages that are coming through to you here with answers. You might be receiving repeated messages, numbers. You might, for some of you, that number's thing, okay. You might think of somebody and then they contact you. Now this is very much, akin to our thoughts creating our reality, but also realize that you can do that. So if there is an experience that you want to attract, think about that. Think about that company calling you. Think about that person reaching out to you, and allow that to manifest. Think of all the reasons why it can happen. and watch how your energy shifts and brings you into alignment with it. You've definitely got blessings coming in here. You're starting something that is going to be a true blessing for you, recognizing your worth and value here. We've got Yibu and Fehu. Fehu is the rune of wealth. It also speaks of our self-worth. It's anything that we attribute wealth to. So this could be different for everybody. But you recognizing your worth and value is going to have that mirrored back to you. Recognizing your beauty is going to see that mirrored back to you. You really have to believe in yourself here, pile 3. Like, such a strong message, because you have got a rebalancing of the scales with Tiras and Ivras. A rebalancing of the scales. And it could open up new doors for you. Really, really beautiful experiences. Knight, be brave and honest. Magic guardian, unlock the magic within. Lord, take charge with authority. I feel like this is all about you and your mental landscape, but also within these opportunities, recognize your worth so that you can be open to these opportunities, so that you can openly welcome what is right for you in a confident way. If somebody comes to you and says, I would love to consider you for this position, we would love to offer you this experience, and you feel intimidated by it, we don't present our most confident self. So if you're feeling intimidated by a positive opportunity, look at the whys of what is holding you back, and then potentially release that, because you're being called here. You've got the Emperor and then the Lord. It's the same energy, and both Aries energies, and this is an Aries full moon. So take anything right now that's coming up and makes you feel intimidated, but if it's a positive experience that makes you feel intimidated, look at why, and release what past experience, the energetic connection or attachment that makes you feel like it could go wrong, or based on a past experience, or that you're not going to be good enough because there was a great deal of fire and magic within you that you were being called to tune into and tap into, to express. That is your birthright. This is, you are in alignment with something beautiful here, pile 3, or coming into alignment with it, and it is just waiting for you to open your arms and say, I'm ready, let's do this. So I'm going to leave this here for you. I really and truly hope this reading was positive. I hope you enjoyed it. As a reminder, all of my information is in the description box below, but I just wanted to wish you a really happy full moon, sending you all your love, all my love, and receiving all your love and gratitude. I thank you for being here. It is wonderful to share these readings, but I will see you again really soon. Take care now. Bye bye.